smoothie did you get?
Okay, we're ready to get started now. We're now joined by the TCU Horned Frogs, the head coach, Mark Campbell, along with Olivia Miles, Clara Spencer, and Marta Suarez. And, Coach, could you please kick us off with a opening comment about tonight's game?
Clara Silva. Clara Silva.
Clara Silva, I'm sorry. Spence, I'm sorry.
There we go. Man, what an incredible game. Want to give a lot of credit to Virginia on their March Madness run. What they accomplished over the last couple of games is what March is all about, and they're a team that's playing their best basketball, and it took 40 minutes to get that win, and Coach is just doing an amazing job. So I just want to first give them credit. Second, our group, what a second half. Down one at half, and I think we settled into a rhythm. I think one of the greatest attributes of our team is we have a bunch of just veterans, and the third quarter has been great to us all year. The players come out and they settle in, they understand the scout, they know who they're guarding, and I'm telling you, every third quarter this group comes out and hoops, and so that was the separator. I wish we would have finished up the game just a little cleaner with taking care of the ball, but any win in March is special. To get to an Elite Eight is incredibly hard. To do it back-to-back years with what we inherited and only 3 years into our journey is just really special. So open it up to any questions.
Well, first going to start with questions for the student athletes. So please raise your hand and then once again address the question and identify your media outlet and your name as well. And we'll start here and then we'll come right over to here.
Stephen Johnson, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Question for you, Olivia. You've talked a lot about how coming here was the right decision for you. First Elite Eight of your career. Is that even further confirmation that this was the right place for you to be?
Yes, I'm finally out of the Sweet 16. I'm so happy about that. But no, that's just another bonus as to what I wanted to do here. Ultimately, I wanted to find my joy back, and that's very broad and can happen in a lot of different ways. But I truly feel like the people around me have helped me to love basketball again and compete at a high level and hold people accountable and challenge people and be vulnerable with people that I know love me and support me and care for me. And these girls have been able to do that, and in turn, it's helped me with my own confidence. So that's all I could ask for.
Right down here.
Sabrina Merchant, The Athletic. Martha, you just seem to have a really good matchup going for you today. I'm wondering what you saw just from the UVA defense that allowed you to be so successful. And then just really quickly, Olivia, what was that dance thing you were doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's
an
it.
Elite Eight dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I saw, I mean, I don't know. I was just hooping. It was going in, so I kept shooting, to be honest. But I think that's my ability as a player. I think that's what I take pride on, my ability to recognize the matchup and know that I can, back somebody down, but I can also play from a triple threat and space the court with my three-point shooting. So it just came out and, came out in a good rhythm. And this team has a lot of great tools, so it just, came down to that. So very grateful.
Michelle Smith, 9. Olivia, can you expound on the third quarter being good to this team and what it means then to go into the half down a bit, maybe not playing as well as you hope, but then having confidence in the third quarter coming out of the half?
Yeah, it definitely gives us an extra edge. But I think our team, and it's been all year, I think we just get a little too excited at the start. We have a lot of young pieces and people who are new, obviously 10 new players, so still gaining that chemistry game by game. But it just takes us a quarter or a half to kind of settle in, take their punches, realize what they're doing to us, and like we've proven all year, we can settle down, be mature, be poised, and find our rhythm offensively and defensively.
Time.
Jack Church, Her Hoop Stats. Clara, what do you think allowed you to become more involved in the offense in the second half, especially coming out with that run right out of halftime in the third quarter?
I think just having such a complete team, they can guard us all, and someone is going to be open. We have Olivia Miles as a point guard, so people have to double her, and just being ready to get the ball if you're open.
Down here, ladies, Matthew Walter with the 9 Sports. Olivia, can you just take me through your mindset as you come off of ball screens? Because every time you come off a ball screen, you see something different, and you have something different occur, whether you're going to score, whether you're going to shoot it, whether you're going to make a pass. you see things so well, and I'm just curious, as you come off, what you see every time, and obviously it's going to be different team to team, but just sort of what your process is as you come off one.
Yeah, I think the first thing I repeat to myself is just patience and poise coming off the ball screen. And then I'm reading the back defender, even behind Sylvie's defender. So I'm reading the back line help, and if they stay, I get to go and make a play or pass to Silva. If Silva's man stays with her, I get to shoot a layup. You know, I simplify it. But ultimately, I'm just looking at windows, each window that I can get through, the timing of it, the anticipation of it. Obviously, sometimes I'm going to turn it over if I misread it, but I'm really looking at the defense and how they're moving and how they've been playing. It's hard to explain. It's just kind of a feel, to be honest.
Here in front.
Melissa Treebosser, Frogs Insider. Clara, we've heard the word confidence up here a lot. You had that big block at the end of the first half, and then you got fed for 2 quick layups in the beginning of the third quarter. How much does that kind of sequence play into how you played in that second half?
I think it's just about the people I have around me. The coaching staff believes in me, and my teammates believe in me, so I have to believe in myself. And I just have great people around me, so it's a great opportunity for me, and I'm really thankful to be part of this.
Front row, and then right behind him after that. Yes, you're next.
A question for Marta. You talked about how excited you were to be in your first Sweet 16 career high for you. Just like, what are the emotions you're feeling right now as you're going to the Elite Eight for the first time?
Obviously, first, I'm very grateful, very blessed, but I'm also at the same time, I'm like, okay, next game. It's a pretty quick turnaround. I'm excited. We got the win, but I'm kind of ready to get going, to be honest.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Right next over there.
Hi, Sydney Henderson, USA Today. Olivia, you had some exchanges with Virginia fans throughout the game. Do those exchanges fire you up, and how were you able to feed off the crowd?
Yeah, I think they were telling me that I can't go left and I can't make a left-handed layup, so it just makes me laugh because ultimately, we're the ones out there playing, and if roles were reversed, I didn't know if they could kind of take my place and do what I'm doing out there, so it just kind of makes me laugh. But I love banter like that. It gets me going. It's part of the game. Fans are going to be passionate. They're going to want to win, so I love making them upset at the end of the day.
Our second row.
Marcus D. Smith, USA Today Sports. This question is for all three of you. You guys really dominated in the paint. I mean, from Marta, you getting to your spots, Olivia, you getting to the basket at will, especially when fans talking about you can't go left, can't do this, can't do that, and Clara yourself down low. Just at what point did you guys see the mismatch down low, or see that you can get to your spots, whether you're driving, going downhill, or whether it's off the pick and roll? At what point were you able to find those mismatches and find those holes and exploit them?
I think pretty early on we had some great runs. It's true that there was some moments, some ups and downs. That's basketball. That was the game. But I think that we were very clear with that. We also had a great scout that we understood what their game was, what their plan kind of was. So we knew where to punch. But also at the end of the day, we really trust in our game and in our team. So it always comes down to just being the best version of ourselves.
And follow-up?
Yeah, and then the follow-up to that was kind of picking back what everyone else was saying. It was really neck and neck through the first 2 quarters. I want to say it was about a minute left that the common foul that was upgraded to a flagrant foul. Obviously, coming out of the second half, you guys went on an 11-0 run. I'm just wondering, was there anything that was said at that point in the game when that flagrant foul happened, and then going into the half that sparked that run?
What was
Go
that?
ahead.
I don't remember.
I mean, not necessarily. It always the same thing. My answer is pretty much the same. We understand who we are. It's kind of like it always comes down to us. We never put it on what are they doing, what did they call, what happened. If we show up as the best version of ourselves, we can beat anybody. So that's our responsibility.
Back row.
Grace Rayner with The Athletic. Olivia, we saw the no-look passes, the behind-the-back passes. You've talked about playing so freely in this system. Where does your showmanship come from?
I think just being around coaches growing up who have allowed me to be me and be creative and try things. And, luckily, I said this before, but luckily I haven't run into a coach that's like, girls can't do one-handed layups or girls can't make one-arm passes. And I've heard that, and I've heard players that have had to put themselves in a box because they're not able to be creative. And thank goodness I was around people who always inspired me to try new things, and my coaches have always been like, if I see you doing it in practice, go ahead and do it in a game. And so it's just translated, and because I've practiced it so much, it's like second nature at this point, and I'm just so confident when I do it. And he allows me to do it as well. Sometimes, very sparsely, but most of the time, exactly.
Our final question will be here in the front.
Melissa Treebosser, Frogs Insider. Olivia, everyone loves to talk about the offense and what you guys did offensively today, but defensively, Donovan Hunter had a one-on-one assignment with Kamora Johnson, who's good guard as there is playing right now. Can you talk about the effort and just the unselfishness to take on that assignment for 40 minutes?
Just incredible. I've said it all season. Dono is such a hidden gem. She does everything for our team defensively and contributes where she can offensively as well. So she's just amazing. Virginia runs a lot of screen the screener, chasing, staggers. She's getting hit left and right. She's staying down on pump fakes, stuff that I don't want to do and the rest of our team does not want to do. But she just is incredible and so strong-minded and so selfless that she's like, guys, I got you. And, we're all like, what do you need from us on defense? And she tells us, like, I need you to talk more. I need you to be in help. So we just feed off of her. And I have the utmost confidence in her that she's going to stop anyone that's kind of coming at her. So I'm just so proud of her.
Thank you very much to Olivia, Clara, and also to Martha. Congratulations and good luck on Monday.
Thank
Gracias.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, to questions for Coach, and we'll start right back here.
Hey, Mark, Joe Davidson, Sacramento Bee. You're a fan of the game. Do you sometimes catch yourself and marveling at what these girls can do, especially Olivia and her creativity? And also, second part, this is exactly what you signed up for, to get here and building this team. And can you just also talk about your excitement on this team rising?
Yeah. Olivia, there's maybe 5 women on the planet that can do what she does, men or women. Her basketball vision, her IQ, her understanding of the game is magical. It's a gift that she has. It's been really fun as a coach to try to figure out how to put her in position and space the court and give her the freedom to go do what she does. So that's been just really special. And then Marta is a unicorn in her own way. She's a rare stretch 4 that's powerful and strong and can post, and then she has guard skills and can shoot threes. So it's been really fun trying to figure out how to create a 2-man game with those 2 players. They both are going to have really long pro careers. They're 2 of the best players in the country, and what they're doing, you guys, when you zoom out, to do it in 7 months, 8 months, where you're a new system with new coaches, with new teammates in a new city. And to do this and have it all come together, it's incredible. They're amazing teammates on top of all their basketball skills. And then second, this is what you sign up for when you're at the Power 4 levels, to try to put together a roster that's talented enough to win at the highest level and try to do it with people that you just enjoy being around. This stuff's hard. And so I think our staff's just been very intentional with identifying both the basketball piece and the human element. And it's been a magical journey this season with this group, and I'm just thankful I get another 40 minutes to go to battle with them.
Right down the front, then we'll come over here.
Olivia just talked about Stephen Johnson, Fort Worth Star Telegram. Olivia just talked about the impact of Dono. Just how much did her defense, especially after the first quarter, kind of change the game for you guys?
That's what Dono's done for the 2 years she's been with us. I think she's one of the best defenders in the country. Like Liv says, as you put a puzzle together and you build the team, Dono complements Liv and Liv complements Dono. And as you assemble a roster and you put it together, Dono's role is every bit as important as Liv's. And what's special is the team understands that. But Dono's played against the other team's best player every single night. She takes that assignment. She does it willingly. And so she's the backbone of our team, and Donovan Hunter's the backbone of our program.
In the front.
Hi, Coach. Charlotte Gibson, ESPN. What does it mean to you to hear Olivia talk about falling in love with the sport again and just developing, evolving at TCU?
Yeah, it's I think it's really hard in today's landscape of college athletics because of the portal, because of NIL and all the variables. We try really hard to create an environment where young people can blossom and flourish and enjoy the game of basketball. And I think we're doing that as well as anybody. And we try to be very intentional with that. Because what all of us, it's a hard industry right now at this time in this landscape. It's tricky for coaches to navigate, and it's these are 18 to 22-year-old kids that have a lot of pressure on them. And so the last thing I want to do is add to that. And so I think between last year's group and this year's group, I think there's been a common theme of our players that have just gotten their love back. We've built our program literally all through the portal. For you guys that haven't followed us, I think we've had 18 portal players, 6 each year. And our program's come a long ways. And so there's a lot of negative you hear about the portal. I think there's a lot of positive too. There's really good kids in there. And so it's great to win at a high level. But if you can enjoy the journey and win at a high level, then it's really special.
We'll go to the right, then come back to the left.
Hey, Coach Doug Feinberg, DAP. A lot of times when teams play in the NCAA tournament and they lose a game, then they're not seniors, they fuels them for the next season.
Yeah.
You have so many new players that there isn't that feel from last year's Elite Eight loss, but you were there. What did you learn from that loss that may help you on Monday?
Yeah, you learn a lot. You're 40 minutes away from a Final Four. There's a healthy amount of pressure that comes with that. Getting to an Elite Eight, there's coaches that have coached a really long time that are really good that don't get the opportunity. And so that first one, it's a blur. And the media obligations and everything that comes with being in the Sweet 16 and Elite Eight. And so I am much more prepared in leading our team and understanding and navigating the next 48 hours. And then your margin for error once you get to an Elite Eight, the teams that you're going to face are just incredible. And we have done a better job as a staff getting ahead of that scout and getting a game plan dialed in. So there's been a lot of wisdom and nuggets, but like you mentioned, we're doing with 10 new players. So for them, it's new. I know I'm more prepared. Hopefully that helps translate.
Right down in the front.
Hi, Mark. Michelle Smith, the 9. So Olivia and Martha accounted for 61 of your 79 points tonight.
Yeah.
Against South Carolina, do you need more offensive balance than that?
Well, yes, ideally. They're really good. And so, yes, I mean, even tonight, it's not like our game plan is Marta and Liv go score for us. I think one of the things that's made us hard to guard is we do have a wide range of weapons. Taylor Bigby and Silva have been on a tear during March Madness and playing their best basketball. And so it's kind of one of those pick your poison, but our actions and what we run and how we built this team is to have Liv and Marta put a lot of pressure on teams, and they get a high usage rate because of their unique skill sets. But to answer the question, we need everybody. In order to beat South Carolina, we got to play the best game we've played this season. We're capable of doing it. As we've built this team, we're an old veteran team. And so they're going to be ready. They're going to be excited. And hopefully we can put together an awesome 40 minutes against these guys.
Hey, Coach. Marcus D. Smith, USA Today Sports. 2 questions. First, welcome back to Sacramento, which is a statement, but the question is, how does it feel to get a tournament win and obviously advance to the Elite Eight in a city where you took a program and turned them around?
It's been, this week for me and my family has been awesome. It's been really special. I started my head coaching career here at Sac State. I'm forever thankful for Mark Orr. I don't know if he's here, but he's the athletic director that took a chance and allowed me to become a head coach and to figure out how to build a program. And so there's been a lot of fun things, seeing all the faces that were a part of Sac State when we were here. I mean, on the dang court, there's a Sac State logo, which was really, really special. During the starting lineup, I was literally standing on it on accident. I looked down and saw it. So it's been neat. I owe a lot of my success and a huge part of my career to my time at Sac State. And so to advance and to do it here, obviously, I'll say this, so I do wish we were in Fort Worth. We tried hard to land there, but we didn't quite get there. But this has been an amazing consolation, and in some ways, even more special. What was your second question?
Yeah, the follow-up question is, How long do you take to enjoy this? Do you just go right back to the locker room and get ready for South Carolina?
100%. You got to turn the page as soon as I get out, walk off the stage and dive into the scout. We'll do film tonight. Kids will get their treatment and massages and ice baths and all that. And again, that's learning from last year of staying locked in and turning the page. And you really don't get a chance to celebrate. You got 48 hours to get your team right and get a game plan installed and try to have a chance to win the next one.
Okay, final question right here in the front.
This worked out perfect. Melissa Treebosser, Frogs Insider Coach. Who had the scout tonight?
Yeah, first of all, Nia Jackson's on the hook for the next one, but Mignon Moore did a tremendous job with this scout and was locked in. And they're a hard team to scout. They have one of the best playmakers in college basketball. And then their actions, they run so many sets and they execute and they're physical and they have posts and they have shooters. And so we had a hard time guarding them. I mean, they shot 41% from the field, 44% from three, but we got enough stops to get it done tonight. So, yeah, Coach Moore did a tremendous job.
Right,
awesome. It's great to see everybody. Stingers up. Go Frogs. See you Monday night.
Congratulations, Coach. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, that's okay.